welcome to today's process, or rather, day 22 inking process. For today's prompt was button, but when I was going back through like my different ideas, like the most sensible thing would have been like button, but then I decided to like make something out of a meaning. And since the time that I was sketching this, I was doing a lot of human anatomy, I decided to do like a gym themed sort of push your buttons sort of idea. So that's what we got. I want to actually preface by saying, yes, like the last maybe 2 days, I have been sketching and inking throughout the whole day, and it's crazy. So I don't think it will change today, being that it is the 31st of October, and I have so many other ideas to work on before I get to the last one. And I don't intend for this one in particular like to be longer than it's expected. So let's begin. Yeah. I think I'm gonna start with the gym guy. And I wanna talk about how I've noted that, let me just pause the music for a minute. I've noted that I like this whole African hair feel to it. So in terms of how African hair looks like, it's, if I can draw this continuously and not break it up, yeah. It's coarse, it's I wouldn't say hard to manage because I also have African hair, but I like having to draw African hair versus having to draw straightened hair, because our hair is not straightened. And I think, being that we do live in Africa, it actually makes total sense why that is the case. So I like having to give that feel to when I sketch both either male or female. I always tend to give them just the typical African hair, and it does go well with, like, aesthetically, it's really pleasing. For the eyebrows, I would preface that I had done a live, I don't remember when, but I know where I talked about how I learned to do eyelashes and eyebrows, and that was because of this guy, B. He's called BJ Dell. Yeah, I think it's BJ Dell, and this is just a way that he does his lessons, and they're actually free. They're free concepts and free lessons that he has on YouTube. So I think you guys should definitely check that out. You guys should definitely check that out. I think he's amazing. That time when I was doing the human anatomy lessons, hi Casa, it was actually really useful to also remember, like, I followed a lot of, I did a course with Kesh Art from India. I am part of some of the lessons at Proco, and they have really helped me to get to actually this point where I can be able to, within a matter of minutes, just sketch and do a body and be confident with it. Sometime back I did do the politician rival concept, and even with that, like, I just looked at them, studied their faces, and worked on that. And I think, if I was to tell anybody, is that, like, you just need to keep at it. Yeah, I may be a bit slow when it comes to finishing my Inktober because it ends today, but I know I have a couple of things that I'm yet to work on, which I'll still do. I always say better be late to the party but you get to the party. So that goes without saying, I am late to the party, but I am still gonna make the most of the party. And yeah, I think we're done with the face. And we work on the jawline. I would have wished for him to be buffer than that, like way buffer than that. But I think I am okay with him just being as is. I'm okay with him being as is, as he is. So I'm gonna do sort of the shoulder, and also on this other side. And I actually realized that my shoulders don't always align. Like right now you can see this shoulder and this shoulder, they're not the same dimensions. But I like the fact that I'm still learning. There was a time I wouldn't do shoulders at all. So it's incredible to actually have these. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I'll try not to shade it as much. So the main purpose of having to do all these, other than, okay, the main one is to learn. Like Inktober has been really fantastic, and I believe I'm gonna do a whole video where I talk about it, like what I've learned, what I would have done differently maybe. But the whole purpose was also to create content, like consistently create content. It's not only like the lives that I'm doing in the shorts, but also create content for my LinkedIn profile, for my Instagram, just have different content. And along the way, I've learned a lot. Yesterday, I know we did a whole comic page, and it was just fantastic. So I just want to go on with that. So I will try now. I want to work on the background. I'll try not to use a ruler in the spirit of learning how to do lines and doing the right way. I'll try not to use a ruler and do freehand. Oh, that reminds me, my ink is almost gone, which is amazing. I like that. That makes sense. I have sort of the pattern here. So that's it. As I had said earlier, I don't intend to take up much of the time with this one. It was very simple, straightforward, to the point, and I liked it. And there we have it. Push your limits and focus. Thank you for joining my live and inking this process with me. I highly appreciate it. See you in the next live as I do day 23. Bye.